Back and core release for pregnancy. Sit on a block if you need to, hands on your knees, take an inhale, lift the chest, exhale, roll back. Creating these lovely fluid light wave movements with your spine, really undulating the spine. Lift the chest and create lots of space for your baby. Add some arm openings, in-breath as you lift, exhale as you float the arm back, opening out through the ribs and stretching out tired and sore muscles. Abdominals are trying to separate at this time, so it's good to encourage them to do so and to create more space for your growing baby. You don't have to go too far back, just go wherever is comfortable for you. Take a seat and stretch your legs out if it's comfortable to do so, and flex your feet. If it's not comfortable, bend your knees so you have a little bit more space in your pelvis. Interlace the hands and start to circle around the circumference of the pelvis, leaning forwards and back, creating bigger movements if that's comfortable, and really reaching forwards and leaning backwards to stretch the shoulders and the hamstrings. This is a super stretch for creating more space in the pelvis and stretching out your core muscles and shoulders. It's also a lovely rhythmic movement your baby will enjoy. Bring your hands together for seated swimming. Push forwards and then lean back, bending your knees and stretching your chest and abdominals. Inhale. Exhale. Lean as far back as you feel comfortable so you stretch the abdominals and create more space in the body for your baby and more space for the breath. Just windscreen wiping the knees from right to left just to loosen the hips off again. Seated mermaid. Take one leg behind you and the other foot resting on the thigh. Reach your arm up and overhead. Stretching through the waist and really trying to open out those deep intercostal muscles around the ribs. This encourages space in your body for your baby, and it encourages your abdominal muscles to stretch and helps them to separate. Transition onto all fours, placing your hands on your mat, knees under the hips or a little bit wider if you need to. Have a shift around, spread the palms. Inhale to look up, exhale to look towards your baby. In breath to look up with the shoulders back, and on the out breath look towards your baby, almost hugging your baby towards you. This is a lovely rhythmic rocking movement. And it also brings the weight of your baby forwards and away from your lower back to ease any pressure. Keep the movements flowing. Start to develop the cat stretch into hip circles, really sort of undulating the spine, again creating these wave-like movements, but almost drawing a circle with your tailbone. You can bend the elbows, move the neck, and get the whole of the trunk of the body involved. Take a stretch back into child's pose, maybe using a block to support the head if needed, taking the feet and the knees as wide as possible. Walk the hands to the right hand side for a stretch, opening out those deep intercostal muscles around the ribs and stretching the shoulders. Walk to the opposite side, take a pause, and then start to move. So on the in-breath, move forwards onto the diagonal, and on the out-breath, press back into child's pose. This will really help to open the hips, as well as strengthen the shoulders and open the muscles around the ribs. Inhale as you move forwards, and on the out breath, press back. Take your knees as wide as you need to create more space in the hips and the pelvis. Add some arm openings. On the in-breath, lift the outside arm, and on the out-breath, press the hand back down to the floor as if you're bowing down to the earth. Walk the hands to the opposite side and try again. Inhale to move forwards, opening the arm. Exhale as you bow down to the earth. This helps to create strong upper body muscles, strengthens your postural muscles, while simultaneously opening the ribs and the hips. Grip your toes, walk your hands forwards, and rest your forehead down on the mat in puppy pose. You can bring your hands together at the back of the head in prayer position, allowing the elbows to dig into the mat to stretch out the arms even more. Take a pause. Coming back up onto hands and knees. Finding a neutral spine, take an inhale to open out the arm, and on your out breath, scoop the arm underneath the supporting arm. See if you can turn to look towards the arm as you open it out. Add an extra challenge by taking the hand round the back of the body, trying to find the opposite hip. Return the hand to the mat, or take a full thread the needle, threading the arm through and reaching the opposite arm overhead. This is a lovely stretch for your shoulders, and it's an inversion, so a great position for you and your baby. Repeat on the other side, inhaling as you float the arm up, exhaling as you thread the hand through, the palm is flipped up to the ceiling, really opening out through the ribs and creating these lovely fluid movements. You can take the hand to the opposite hip to stretch the shoulder, and take it to a full thread the needle if that works, stretching the opposite arm overhead. Anything on all fours takes the baby weight forwards and away from the lower back, thus relieving pressure from the base of the spine. Have a rest in child's pose and take a few deep breaths, breathing deep down towards your baby's space.